Hello there, it's Samantha. So today I'm coming to you with a review, and I haven't done a review in so freaking long, but yeah, I'm sorry about that. But I really take notes on books, and most of the time, if I love a book, I don't have that much to say. I just know that I really liked it, and unless it's a completely standout book, I wish I had done a review for Scythe because I love that book so much. But yeah, I don't know why, but I never think to review books and then it's been too long or I didn't have the time. With this particular book, I just have a lot of feelings about it, so I just wanted to make a review of it. This review is going to be filled with spoilers, but I will let you know when they're about to start. But today I'm going to be reviewing A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This book is the novella that goes after the third book, A Court of Wings and Ruin. It's supposed to bridge the gap between the third book and the next book in the series, which is going to be following different characters than the first three books. I think it's about some of the characters from the first three books, but not the main characters. Anyway, so if you don't know what the Court of Thorns and Roses series is about, I actually have a spoiler-free review of the first book already up on my channel, so I'll link it down below for you and in the card if you want to go and check it out. But I'm not going to go into it here because I'm sure you're here to hear my thoughts about this particular book. So I ended up giving this book a 2 out of 5 stars. I did not really enjoy it very much. If you haven't read A Court of Thorns and Roses, I would suggest you leave because I'm not going to talk about spoilers for this book yet, but I probably will spoil a few things for the rest of the series. So yeah, if you haven't read A Court of Wings and Ruin, leave. Now, okay? There's no plot to this book. That's part of the reason why I only gave it 2 stars. There are many other things. There were definitely some super sexist things that were said in this book, and it was cringy, and basically I wouldn't suggest wasting your money on this book, but obviously if you want to read it, you can don't let me stop you. Do it if you want to. But I just don't think it's worth it. It adds nothing at all to the story. I don't see how it could bridge the gap because nothing happened. That's basically all I can say without going to specific details. So if you don't want to know anything else about this book, leave now. Come back after you've read it. We can discuss it. Goodbye, people who don't want to be spoiled. Now on to the spoilers. So my first complaint and why I gave it 2 out of 5 stars is because nothing happened. I already said that, but literally nothing happened. They went shopping for presents. They had a little solstice party, which is basically Christmas, and some characters had sex. Obviously. So nothing happened. So that was my first complaint. My second complaint is that Elaine is super annoying and we focused way too much on her in this book. I just don't care for Elaine at all. I think she's very bland and has no personality and just kind of sucks. So if we could stop focusing on Elaine, I would be really happy. I also really did not like Nesta in this book. I've never really liked Nesta, but especially in this book, I feel like I liked her more in Akawar. And then we got to this book and I was like, oh, she's a fucking bitch. She's just the worst. But I understand that she is grieving and I didn't realize that until the end, which I feel is annoying. I wish we'd known throughout the story that she wasn't just being a stupid bitch, but that she was actually going through some really hard stuff. I know everyone is, but Nesta seems to be taking it real hard. So I wish I'd known that earlier and then I wouldn't have hated her so much in this book. My next complaint is the overuse of male and female and mate. Can't we just call them men? And women? Why is there this need to call them males? I know they're technically not humans, but it's just normal. There was one bit where she corrected it from gentlemen to gentle males, and that was gross. I was like, that just sounds wrong. Just no. Can we go back to gentlemen, please? Don't correct yourself to gentle males. They understand. They don't care. But I care that you're calling them males. I have another criticism of the actual writing of this story, and that was that in one particular bit, Sarah was clearly trying to use a different word, and she was saying that Nesta went to this pub a lot, but instead of saying that, she said she patronized this pub. So I'm an idiot. She did not say that she patronized it. She said that she patroned. Okay? Patroned, not patronized, but I say patronized this whole time, so just replace that with patroned. Yeah, sorry. Why? She said it at least 3 times. She was like, oh, I didn't realize Nesta patronized this club. And I just thought that was such a stupid way. It seemed like she was trying to make her writing, sound fancier by saying she patronized this club instead of saying she went to this pub, she goes to this pub, she is a patron of this pub, she's a customer of this pub. Why patronized? Why patronized 3 times? I don't understand. I also just got really sick of Rhys and Feyre in this book. I was already sick of them in Akawar, and I hate to say that because they used to be some of my favorite characters, and in Akamath they are truly wonderful and their romance is beautiful, but in this book it was not. I actually have completely changed my feelings about Rhys and Akawar, and this book did that to me. I now don't particularly like Rhys. I think he's kind of disgusting, and he used to be kind of more of a caring guy. He wasn't just obsessed with sex, but now he literally seems like every other man in existence. I know that not all men are obsessed with sex, but let's be real, most of them are. I'm not trying to say women aren't, but men have that reputation of being obsessed with sex, and now Reese has that reputation, but like worse than anyone I've ever met. Like these fae are hornier than anyone I've met here, and I'm at university surrounded by thousands of like 18 to 22-year-olds, but they're literally hornier than anyone I've met at university. So yeah, that's saying something. And actually some of the things that Reese said were disgusting, like his thoughts. He literally was like, you know, off at a war camp or whatever, and he was like, oh, all I can think about is being buried inside Feyre. That line. I don't know why, but there's something about that particular phrasing which is just disgusting to me. I'm like, that's gross. Like, I'm not trying to say the sex is disgusting, like, but like that just particular phrasing is gross. Like, buried inside her. Ooh. It's very nasty. And basically I just thought that Reese was disgusting in this book. I also thought that the smut scene in this book was foul. I'm not gonna lie to you, I bought this book kind of looking forward to the smutty scene because, you know, it's like, it's enjoyable to read, or at least it was in A Court of Mist and Fury. And then in A Court of Wings and Ruin, I didn't love the smutty scenes that we got. I thought that they were a bit icky. And then we get to this one, and it was disgusting because they introduced dirty talk, and the dirty talk was foul. Oh my god, it was so gross. Let me just quote it. This is while they're having sex. He says, every time you feel exquisite. So gross. That was nasty. Oh, this was pretty bad. Do you like watching? He breathed, watching me move in you. He purred, look at how I fuck you, Feyre. Oh my god, I wanted to throw the book across the room. It's not sexy, it's just gross. I feel like I've encroached on some like porn, which I didn't want to watch or read. I was like, no, this is cancelled. It was gross. It was unpleasant to read. That was another reason why this book sucked. And finally, like my main reason why I didn't like this book was because one, the characters seemed so different from the last books. Like they were completely unrecognizable. Like I don't even know them anymore. And also I feel like this is definitely a step back in terms of the feminist themes. Like in Aquar, you know, we saw Feyre fighting and actually having a role in the society. But in this book, there was literally a moment where Reese got home from dealing with the war camps, which is something that Feyre should have a part in too. And she was lying in bed and he was like, oh, right where I left you. And she said, isn't this all I'm good for? As if sex is all she's good for. I'm sorry, Feyre. Why would you label yourself like that? You stupid person. Sorry, you stupid female. And also she like stayed at home and cleaned. All she did was like paint, which like fair enough, that's her hobby, but like she should be doing something else, I think, like to help society after this big ass war we just had. And you know, she was supposed to like stay home and like start building the house for the family. And like I'm excited for them to have a kid, but like I'm so sick of Reese and Feyre that like I really hope we don't really see them that much in the next books. I hate saying that because I used to love them, but like I've lost all of my love for them at this point and I just want to move on. I will say that the positives of this book were that like Cassian, great, Azriel, great, Moore and Amren, also great. Like I love them. I love those characters. I want to see Nesta's development in the next book. I want to see her and Cassian getting together because that would, you know, be great as long as Nesta is willing to be nicer. But yeah, I will say that I did like seeing all of the characters back together again, even though this was a completely pointless story, but like it's a nice book to read. And like everyone has been saying that this reads like fan fiction, and I totally agree because nothing happened, but we got to see all of our characters together just chilling, and like I feel like that's what someone would write in fan fiction. Overall, I didn't like this book particularly, but I did enjoy seeing the characters again. But now it's time to put Feyre and Reese to rest. Not to bed, because we know what they're going to be doing in there, but to rest. Like actual resting. And hopefully not see them very much in the next book. I would like to see their kid, but apart from that, I don't care about them at all anymore, and I want to move on to different characters. Those are all of my feelings on A Court of Frost and Starlight. Please let me know how you felt about this book down below. I would love to know if you have the same feelings as me, or if you loved it, and if you loved it, like, that's completely okay. I'm not trying to hate on you for loving it. This was just my personal feelings towards the book, but yes, that is going to be all for today's video, so I hope you liked it. If you did, please give a thumbs up. I'm sorry that was a bit ranty, but yeah, if you're new here and you feel like subscribing, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I upload videos on hopefully Mondays and Fridays, normally Fridays, sometimes Mondays, but yes, that's going to be all, so I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye!